ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। The chant from 11. My 11th. Avajati mam moodhaha.
Avajananti mam moodaha.
Manushim tanumashritam.
Manushim tanumashritam.
Param bhavamajanantaha.
Param bhavamajanantaha.
Mama bhuta maheshwaram.
Mama bhuta maheshwaram.
Moghasha mogha karmanaha.
Mogasha moga karmanaha.
Mogha jnana vichetasaha.
Moha jnana vichetasaha.
Rakshasīmāsurīṃ chaiva.
Rakshasīmāsurīṃ chaiva.
Prakritim mohinīṃ shritāः.
Prakritim mohinim shritāha.
Mahatmānastu māṃ pārtha.
Mahatmānastu māṃ pārtha.
Daivīṃ prakritimāshritāः.
Daivīṃ prakritimāshritāha.
Bhajantyanaņamanasah.
Bhajantyananyamansah.
Jnātvā bhūtādimavyayam.
Jnātvā bhūtādimavyayam.
Satatam kirtayanto māṃ.
Satatam kirtayanto māṃ.
Yatantascha dridhavrataः.
Yatantascha dridhavrataः.
Namasyantascha māṃ bhaktya.
Namasyantascha māṃ bhaktya.
Nityayukta upāsate.
Nityayukta upāsate.
Today we are going to do 15. Jnana yajnena chāpyanye.
Jnana येन चाप्यन्ये
यजन्तो मामुपासते
यजन्तो मामुपासते
एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन
एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन
बहुधा विश्वतोमुखम्
बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम्
ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये
ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये
यजन्तो मामुपासते
यजन्तो मामुपासते
एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन
एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन
बहुधा विश्वतोमुखम्
बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम्.
So in the last two shlokas, number 13 and number 14, we saw people, Krishna was describing those people who are Mahatmanaha. He directly tells them as Mahatmanaha, even though they are not Jnanis. Okay, so in 13 he said that. And Nityayuktaha Satatam Kirtayantaha Namasyantascha. So 13 and 14. So Jignasu Bhakta, in a previous chapter, I don't remember which one now, Chaturvidha, maybe 7th chapter. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janas sukritinojjuna arto jignasurathati jnani cha bharatarshava. We saw that. There are 4 ways in which people worship me. Or 4 types of people worship me. Okay. So we saw that. Arthaha, a devotee in distress. Distressed devotee. Whenever distress comes, then the person becomes a very tivra bhaktaha. Then artharthi. Artharthi is a bit more practical. He says, no, I can't. Only when I'm in trouble, if I ask for God's help, God will get upset with me. So he says, I have to remember him even during good times. So artharthi. And then jignasu, one who decides, you need to tell me your true nature. I'm not going to leave you. So jignasu, one who wants to know God. Then jnani, one who knows God also, is a bhakta here. Okay, like that he is said. So in this 13 and 14, it looks like Krishna is talking about a jignasu bhakta. Jignasu, because jnatva. So a person wants to know and then comes to know also. So these are jignasu bhakta. Then now today we are going to do 15. Jnana yajnana, etc. And here also jignasu bhakta only. But then he is telling how they look at God. How these bhaktas look at God. 3 ways in which Bhagavan is visualized by these bhaktas. Okay, very beautiful shloka. And we are going to spend a good bit of time on this shloka. See, in our culture, there is 2 things. One is worship God. That is there all over the world. Worship God. And then, of course, the other one, which is destination. I want to reach God. This also is there in our culture. In other cultures also it is there. Because I want to go to heaven. So, because heaven idea is very popular. Therefore, I want to worship God while I am alive. And when I'm dead, what happens? I want to reach God, obviously, because I don't want to hang around somewhere and I don't know where that is. Okay, so I want to reach God. The destination is God. Here, what we say is in Advaita Vedanta, which is very unique, worshipping God means that God often ends up being Paroksha Ishvara. Correct? A God that is separate, a God that has a form. That has a form. Only then I can worship. I can't worship this formless, very difficult to visualize and worship. But you tell me Ganapati, you tell me pot-bellied guy, and you tell me elephant trunk, or you tell me Krishna, or you tell me something else. Devi, and just now Varalakshmi Puja 2 days ago. So many of you, I'm sure, would have been very busy. And so you give me all that form, then I can worship. So, apara prakriti, form has to be given. So when I say somebody says worship God and aradhanam kuru, then we are talking about a paroksha Ishvara, an Ishvara, sarupa Ishvara, paroksha Ishvara, right? And that is what we often call Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata means where does your mind go? Which Devata do you like? And so that Devata you hang on to. You hang on to very tightly. Don't worry about, don't get distracted by others. That is the idea. Ishta Devata is very important. And so that's Saguna Brahma. So what did we say? Sarupa Ishvaraha, Saguna Brahma, Ishvaraha, and Devata, Ishta Devata, Paroksha Ishvara, all these things apply to worshipping of God. Then in Advaita Vedanta, when we say destination is God, when we say, then it is not, okay, most other people will say going to heaven, reaching God and being with God, because God is not here, he's somewhere else. And so being with God is the destination. That's the goal of my life, like that they say. But of course, here, destination with God means I need to know God. And once I know God as not different than myself, then I have reached God, as it were. I've reached God, as it were. There's no travel involved here. And this is pure jnanam. And because there is something to know, this is not just a rhetorical statement. Hey, this is the Mahavakyam we're talking about. And so, then that is Aparoksha Ishvara. Paroksha Ishvara becomes Aparoksha Ishvara. Sarupa Ishvara becomes Arupa Ishvara. Okay. Apara Prakriti becomes Para Prakriti. Okay. So, and then Saguna Brahma becomes Nirguna Brahma. Becomes means what? In my mind, it becomes. It's not like God is changing any form. So, this is the journey. So, that journey is nicely mentioned in this shloka. Beautiful shloka. This journey from Sarupa Ishvara to Arupa Ishvara. Okay, we will see that. We will see how it all works out. Okay, it is not obvious, but we will see that. And in any case, from shloka number 4 itself, we started talking about Arupa Ishvara. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina, he indicated, yeah, you can worship me as a form, God with a form, with a flute, and with peacock hair, feather on the head, and all that you can do with kirita, and okay, all that you can do. But then he says, my real form is avyakta. I am formless. He's indicated that in shloka number 4 itself. Okay, so therefore, let's look at how our evolution progresses. God created this world. This is how a child is told. Child is taught like that. That's the right way to tell the child also. And God created the world. Because everything is created in this world. The child begins to learn that if you don't have something here, you have to make, or you have to buy. Or you have to grow in the garden. These are the ways the child comes to know about creation, right? And it starts creating stuff. It starts painting, it starts doing stuff. Clay modeling. Recently, we had you must have seen the videos. Yeah. So our kids did some clay modeling. Ganapati they made. So the child begins to learn on that. So I can also make, I have some Shakti. And so then begin to visualize Bhagavan. Yeah, Bhagavan is Sarva Shaktiman. It's very clear. As a child itself, we come to know. Sarva Shakti, this world, of course, God has to create this world. So Srishtikarta, that is how we come to look at God as Srishtikarta. And Sthiti Karta, God is protecting. Little grow a little bit, child grows up a little bit, 6th grade, 7th grade, and all begins to understand Sthiti Kartrutvam. And then grow a little bit more. Laya Kartrutvam. God is a destroyer, you say. And so you have to worship God, okay? So every day puja karo, otherwise God will punish us. Okay, then this idea is there. So that God, Paroksha Ishvara, is very much entrenched as a child. And so the God is like a Ghatakarta, like a pot maker. And so I've seen so many people making stuff, and so God has made this world, including me also. Okay. And for that, Ghatakarta, pot maker, needs so much knowledge to make whatever product you want to make. You need so much knowledge. This boy who is going to college, he graduated, and mother and father sent him off to college, sent him to staying in a hostel. Or not even staying in a hostel means what? Going in place, and then the hostel is too expensive, therefore found an apartment and stayed there. Now this man staying with other people has to cook, because food, how long can this boy eat in the hotel? And mother won't allow that, and father may not care, I don't know, but you have to cook. So now this is the time he starts cooking. He turns on the gas. He doesn't know, Mom, how do I turn on the gas? I don't know, because never came to the kitchen. Only if you come to the kitchen, you know how to do. And so gas. From there onwards, the telephone call. This fellow is on the phone call. This is the time when my mother is happy. This boy, now finally he's calling me. And so mother is very happy. No problem. I'll take care of it. Let's be honest. Okay, turn it, karo, and then press it, kata kata. There's lighter. So lighter also, it won't work. It's not easy. This thing is not easy at all. Lighter is there, gas is there, but fire is not there. It will take some time for this boy to learn. And then dal. You have to start with basics. You can't start with all this. This butter paneer and all will not come now. It will come long time, much later. If at all, it will come much later. So start with rice. Okay, chawal banayenge aaj. Chawal. You have all these podis and all, no? You put some podi, keep all the podis. But chawal you have to make. I can't make chawal for you. And it starts with chawal. That is when this guy realizes, my God, this rice I'm struggling to make. And so you can imagine God, okay, Srishtikarta. Now only he becomes very prayerful. Every day he comes and says, Om. So Aunt Amma, you have to teach me some shlokas. And I forgot those shlokas. So he finally does namaskara. Because he has to cook. That's when he realized what this life is going to be, how life is going to be. And that is why, therefore, that God is Sarvajnaha, all-knowing. Because this small rice, chawal banane ko, this much knowledge is needed, and knowledge is there, but skill is not there. I know I have to put rice, I know I have to put water, and then I have to put it in the cooker and then turn the gas on. But skill is not there. Means just to everything in the cooker itself, I can't put properly. The lid, they made sure, it has to be secure. So you have to know all these things. So you turns around like this. The guy will struggle for 2 days, and then only he'll know how to do that. So much knowledge and skill is needed. And that is why our devatas are all multi-headed. Multi-headed. Don't think multi-headed Hydra. This is multi-headed means Chatur Mukha Brahma. Chatur Veda. Vedas means Sarvajna. Brahma is Sarvajna. That is the meaning of Chaturmukha. And there is a meaning of everything else. So, Shanmukha, you say. Shanmukha means 6 heads. Then some story and all is there. Babies, 6 babies were born, etc. And then Parvati brings, etc. But 6 heads means Sarvajnatva, all knowledge. And so like that, Panchamukha, somebody said Panchamukha Anjaneya is there. Panchamukha Anjaneya. So we all know that. So Panchamukha Anjaneya means, yeah, everything is, that Sarvajnatvam is there. And you are the all-knowing. Therefore, I surrender to you. So this is the idea. We have all these things. Now, Ashtabhuja Durga, this is there. Like this, you can, we invest the God, the Devata that I worship has to be all powerful. Otherwise, no point worship. Sarva Shaktimati. And so, there's multiple hands, weapons, all these things are there. So, this is our personalized God, correct? Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata. And so the Dhyana Shloka also, Vishnu Sahasranamam Dhyana Shloka also, you'll have Shantakaram, Bhujagashayanam, Padmanabham, Suresham. Shantakaram, calm, and then Bhujagashayanam, it's lying down on a serpent, Bhujangam, Padmanabham, Suresham, all these things are there. And then Kshiro, then Mat Pradeshe, like that it goes on, right? And Kshiro, so where is he? Means he is in this milky ocean. Milky ocean. Kshiro Dhanmat Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate Moktika Nam Mala Klipta Sanasthas Patikamani Nibhair Moktikair Manditanga. So this garland of pearls and gems are there. And like this visualization is there. So God, Milky Ocean is not, I don't see any Milky Ocean here. I only see polluted ocean, which may look like milky, that is different, but Milky Ocean is out there, okay? So that Milky Ocean is there. So that means what? That Paroksha Ishvara. All this is helping us visualize Paroksha Ishvara. We need that Paroksha Ishvara. We need it. Only then that reverence will come, bhakti will come, because it is paving the way for further better understanding of Bhagavan. But this is the basic understanding. Okay. And then likewise we have Shiva Dhyana Shloka also. Shiva also. The Rudram, if you see, Lagunyasam, Athatmanam Shivatmanam Sri Rudra Rupam Dhyayet Shuddha Spatika Sankasham Trinetram Panchavaktrakam Trinetram, and then Panchavaktrakam, 5 faces, 5 heads are there. This Shiva has 5 heads, it seems. Therefore, Gangadaram, Dashabhujam, therefore 10 hands. 5 faces if you have, you must have 10 hands. Okay, so that's the mathematics, I think it looks like. And so then Gangadaram, Dashabhujam, Sarvabharana Bhushitam. So, and then Vyaghra Charmottariyam cha. So Vyaghra Charma. The skin, is wearing a skin of tiger skin. Neela Grivam, blue neck, Shashankankam. So moon is there on the head of Shiva. Gangadharam, Ganga is flowing on the head. Like this whole visualization is there. And it helps us. We need to visualize. And so this is how our journey starts. And then suppose we are used to this. Then the Shastram challenges us and says, okay, now that you're ready, now that you're a bhakta, now we need to take you to the next level of understanding. God created the world. Okay. God not only created the world, God became the world. God became the world, created the world and became the world also. So, this is where little bit Shastram has to come. So, Kamayata Bahusyam Praja Yeti Satapo Tapyata Satapas Tatva Itagam Sarvam Asrijata. Tat srishtva tadeva nopravishat. Tat srishtva, having created the world, tadeva nopravishat. Taittiriya Upanishad says, having created the world, poetically it says, God entered the world. Tadeva nopravishat. Like that it was. And now, maybe we can say, oh, this I've not heard of. This is Taittiriya Upanishad. So everybody is not going to know Taittiriya Upanishad. Okay, Vishnu Sahasranama, most people will know. Okay. There in the same Jnana Soka, from Shirodhanvat Pradesh, it comes to what? Bhuf Padav Yasya Namihi. Yasya Namir Veda Asura Nilas Chandra Surya Chandra Ucha Netre. Bhuf Padav. Hey, this earth is the feet of Bhagavan. Suddenly Bhagavan was there in what? Shirodhanvat Pradesh. And then suddenly he comes here. No, don't worry, don't look up. Look at his feet is right here. Right here, this earth is his feet. Oh, Father, yasya nabhihi viyat. Viyat, sky. The sky, entire sky is his nabhihi. Then what? Asuhu. Asur anilaha. Asura. Don't say asura, okay? Even though there is asura. Upadav yasya nabhihi viyad asura nilas chandra surya chanetra. Asura comes there. That asura comes because asuhu and then anila. Asuhu anila is asura anila. So we should not think asura, the word asura is here. Asura is not there. Asuhu. Asuhu means what? Asuhu means the vital breath, the prana. God also needs prana. And what is God's prana? Anil, anilaha. The wind, the whatever wind you can visualize, that wind is the prana of Vishnu. Prana of Vishnu. So asuhu anilaha. Then Chandra Surya Netre. What about God's eyes? Vishnu's eyes, two eyes are there. Yeah, two eyes. Chandraha Surya. They are the two eyes of Vishnu. So now what happened in this process? I have brought God from some Shirodhanvat Pradesh to all the way down here. I am making him paroksha, aparoksha. Aparoksha. Paroksha is far away. Aparoksha is right here. Visible to me. Okay. Bhufpada. See, that journey is there in that Vishnu Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka itself. Okay. We may not be told all these things, but that happens right there. Okay. And so now what's happening is, now God is Tadeva Nupravishat. God is now entering the world. Entering. So it is paving way for me to begin to appreciate God as some entity somewhere there to an entity that is all pervasive. The entire universe is pervaded by Bhagavan. And for to say that confidently, we have to be born in this dharmic Sanatana Dharma culture. Now this culture is being attacked from all sides. So there is no this. We won't survive in other outside. It's very difficult. Here itself, people say Hinduism is survival is difficult. They say because of so many things going on. And but to make a statement like this, that God is everywhere, you have to be born in this Sanatana Dharma. Otherwise, this idea will not come at all. Will not come. It's not there. You look up Bible, you look up Quran, chance ledu. There's no chance. And in fact, they call us as heathens and this and that. That is because of ideas like this. Okay. And then in 7th chapter itself, he started introducing these ideas, right? What was the idea there in 7th chapter, 8th shloka? Raso hamapsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashishuryayo, etc. So that is comes in the 7th or 8th shloka. Yeah, 8th shloka. Pranava sarva vedeshu shabdha ke paurusham rishu. All this he started there. Telling. Hey, Kaunteya, Rasoham Apsu Kaunteya. In water, I am the essence of water, he started saying. That means what? I am the essence. He didn't say, I created the essence in water, he doesn't say. I am the essence. That means this Vyapakatvam, Maya Tatamidam Sarvam. That Vyapakatvam has come. Okay. And then, once this is said, then God is all pervasive. Okay, I understand that. Dad, I understand all that. But then if God is everywhere and God created this world, how come God created Bin Laden? How come God has created all these criminals? Why are there floods? Like that. Even a young boy will ask this question. This is a very popular question. Why is there so much suffering in this world? Okay. So like this, these questions are there, popular questions. Why God didn't have a choice or what? He can't keep. Why does he do this? Why does he create me and he wants me to live happily? But then he creates mosquitoes also. Hey, why is God going to become somehow less because he did not create mosquitoes or what? If he does not put I created mosquitoes in his resume, then God is less or what? Mosquitoes also he creates. So this is the question will arise. This is a very natural question. Natural question. Why it's a natural question? Because it's natural because God is out there. He is another man. He is another man or woman. It doesn't matter how we look at it. And somebody out there, they're creating stuff like all our people create. Like they make cars and all these other products they make. This fellow is making this world he made, and he's killing some people. He's creating some people, and he's just having fun sitting there. Therefore, I will ask the question: why are you doing this to me? Correct? Why are you doing this to me? This is a natural question. Because God is out there and He's watching over all these things. It's a natural question. Hey, you don't have any choice or what? Why do you do this? Very natural question. If that question arises, it's a good thing. We should have that question. And God is all pervasive, all right. But then next step, God is all pervasive, God created the world, but then we will say, Advaita Vedanta will say, God appears like the world. God appears like the world. That is the next big jump we have to make. Okay? Already we made the jump in the last 2.5 years, but we are now looking at it from the perspective of God. Okay? Because this 7th chapter almost is God. Previously it was Jiva, now it is Ishvara. So world appears as God, or rather God appears as the world. Okay? This is another brilliant continuation of the study of the Shastram. And why? Why do we have to come here? Because God means it must be positive qualities. God cannot have negative qualities. Not possible. I can't imagine that. Negative qualities, hurting people, this, I can't imagine God can do that. Correct. The minute you say good quality, if you say God is only good quality, then what? God is finite. Because there are bad qualities out there, and good qualities are all belongs to me, the God, and bad qualities, all you people deal with the bad qualities. Okay, all these adharma and crime and gandagi and all that, you take care of it, and I'll keep all the good qualities with me. God is finitized again. God is finite. Good quality means he is not bad quality. Big place means he is not small place. Beautiful place means he is not dirty place. All perfumed, everything is smelling good means all odd odors and bad odors are not Bhagavan. That means God is finite. God is finite. This is not possible. This is not possible. We've analyzed this. Not possible. Ishvaraha sarva vyapi asti Vishnuhu. That is why he is called Vishnu in fact. And therefore, we will say God appears as this world. Vivarta upadana karanam. Okay, upadana karanam we saw. Nimitta karanam means God is creator. That is easy to understand. Creator. Every object needs a creator. That is easy to understand. Okay, that's easy to understand. But where did God get the material? We did that. And God cannot, there is nothing else to get the material from. and material has to come from God. Therefore, God is not only Nimitta Karanam, but also Upadana Karanam. Material also must be God. And material is the world, material is not separate from the world. The world is not separate from the material from which it is made. Therefore, God is all pervasive. Nimitta Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam Ishvara. Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam means what? That creator Srishti Kartrutvam and the material by which it is made, Upadana Karanam, both are identical. Identical, and also we went one step ahead, if some of you remember. And this Upadana Karanam is of two types. What are the two types? Parinami Upadana Karanam and
Vivarta Upadana.
Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Vivarta Upadana. So God is Parinami Upadana Karanam, some people say. Brahman has got transformed, irreversibly transformed, like milk irreversibly became curds, yogurt. And then, but we say, no, consciousness cannot transform itself. It is the world. It has become the world without transforming. That without transforming is called Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Correct? And so consciousness continues to be there. Cannot be touched by anybody. And therefore, so that idea gives us here that consciousness appears as the world. Just like in my dream world, my own self, my consciousness, me appears as the dream world. Appears as the dream world. I see a dream world there. I project. So Bhagavan, as though projects this world with the help of Maya, because Brahman cannot project the world. Maya is there. Without Maya, the world does not exist. And so this is the progression. We've been seeing that. So what happened? Let's go back again. Previously, God positioned and located somewhere. Eka Rupa Ishvaraha. Eka Rupa Ishvaraha. One form, whatever form it is, that form of Vishnu or form of Shiva or form of Devi, whatever, one particular form with some hands, some head, some leg, and some particular color, everything. Ganesha also is a form. That is called Eka Rupa Ishvaraha. Okay. Then so God is all pervasive. Vishwa Rupa Ishvaraha. Everything, the entire cosmos is God. Therefore, Vishwa Rupa Ishvaraha. Okay. Means what? Means many forms, all forms. All forms are God. All forms are God's forms. That is Vishwa Rupa Ishvaraha. Then what? Then comes the last point. Arupa Ishvaraha. Arupa Ishvaraha. Bhagavan cannot have a form. Bhagavan has to be formless. Means that Param Brahma has to be formless. Only then that formless, just like the formless water can take on any form. Take on the form of a wave. It can take on the form of a bucket. It can take on the form of tears in the eyes also, drops also. Because water is formless. Water continues to remain formless. Okay. And so, from Ekarupa Ishvaraha to Vishwarupa Ishvaraha to Arupa Ishvaraha. That is the journey. That is the journey. Okay. Now, this shloka, we will come from this Arupa Ishvaraha onwards, we are going to go down to Ekarupa Ishvaraha. Okay. How we are going to do that? Look at the word. Okay. Ekatvena mam upasate. Okay. We're going to go to the second line, right? First word of the second line is Ekatvena. This Ekatvena, don't confuse this with Ekarupa Ishvaraha. No. Ekatvena means Ekameva Advitiyam. Okay, make a note there. Okay. So even though I used three words here, what three words I used? Ekarupa Ishvaraha, Vishwarupa Ishvaraha, and Arupa Ishvaraha. This Ekatvena goes with Arupa Ishvaraha. Arupa. We're coming from Arupa onwards down to Ekarupa Ishvara. Okay, just FYI. Okay, all right. So this Ekatvena Mam Upasate. Okay, Ekam Nirgunam Brahmatvena. Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma Sadeva Soumya Idamagra Asid Ekameva Advitiyam says Uddalaka, father to the son Shvetaketu in Chandogya Upanishad. That Ekam. Vrittika eva Satyam, he says. Hey, just like clay is Satyam, the entire world of pots, clay is Satyam, there is nothing else. There is no second at all. So Advitiyam, no second. That Ekatvena Mam Upasate. Okay. And Kata Upanishad also, we are going to see Ashabdam Sparsham Arupam. Arupam Abhyayam. Okay. Then Tatha Rasam Nityam Agandavachayat. Ashabdam. Ashabdam means what? Not odd. We shouldn't say not audible. Okay, not audible. You should not say. It is. You can't hear Brahma. Nirkanam Brahma is not subject to. Not an object of my ears. Ashabdam, Asparsham can't be touched. It is not an object of touch. And then Arupam can't be seen. Okay. Then what? Arupam, Abhyayam. Okay. Then Tatha Arasam, no taste. Okay. Cannot be tasted. No taste if we say. Nirgunam, so no taste. And then Agandavachayat, no Gandha. Gandha is not there. No odor is there. Means what? God is not an object of my sense organs. Not an object of my sense organs. And this is what Kathopanishad is going to say. And then what does he say? Yamala Dharmaraja says, Nichayemam tan mrityamukat pramuchyate. Nichaya tat nichaya. This Brahman nichaya, having understood this Brahma, tad mrityamukat pramuchyate. That person is freed from the jaws of death. Like that, Yama himself is giving the advice. Okay. Well, then I will not, that person will become an untouchable. I can't touch. Like Markandeya became untouchable. Like all jnanis, Yama cannot come. And that is why Yama has been discouraging Nachiketa, because he said, I have an account to make, and I've got all these incentives that they have given me. So many number of people I have to catch every day. And you say, I want to study the Shastram, Vedanta, and this and that. There's no such thing. You can't follow all that. Okay. So, yeah, Anirudh, you raised your hand.
Yes. I'm sorry, I missed this. Ekatvena, you said this was Advitiyam. It goes with Arupa Ishvara, but you had used two words before that.
Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma.
Ekameva Advitiyam. Okay, thank you.
That Advitiyam is Ekameva. There is only one. There is no second. Advitiyam means there is no second.
Okay, thank you.
No second. So that is what is Ekatvena. Mam Upasate. And if you look at Shankaracharya's Bhashyam, he says, Ekameva, look at this. Ekameva, listen to this. Ekameva Param Brahma iti Paramartha Darshanena. Ekameva Param Brahma iti. Ekameva Param Brahma asti. Iti Paramartha Darshanena. Paramartha Darshanena means absolute reality. By understanding the absolute reality. Versus what? Vyavaharika Satyam and Pratibhasika Satyam. Here it is Paramartha Darshanena. Okay? Bhashikara says that. So we are following Shankaracharya here. And so he is helping us with that. Ekatvena. That is the way to understand that word Ekatvena, he says. And how do they do this? How do they do this? Ekatvena, how? Paramartha Darshanena, how do they get this darshanam? Then you look at the first line. Okay? Jnana Yajnena Cha Api. Okay, you have to break these words. Jnana Yajnena Cha Api Anye. Okay? Api Anye. yajantaha mam upasate. Okay, mam upasate. They worship me. Okay, how do they worship me? Jnana yajnena cha api anye. Other people, they worship me through jnana yajna. Okay, and Shankaracharya, jnanameva yajnaha bhagavad vishayaha. Jnanameva yajnaha. That knowledge, pursuit of that knowledge alone is yajna. There is no other yajna. Means no other yajna needs to be done for this. And when we talk like this, something should ring a bell. Somewhere we studied about yajnas. Correct? Fourth chapter we studied yajnas. Okay? And what is the shloka? Dravya yajnas tapo yajnaha yoga yajnas tatha pare yoga yajnas tatha pare swadhya yajnana yajnascha yatayah samshita vrataha apane juhvati pranam pranapane tatha pare pranapana gati rudhva pranayama parayana. Like this, a big list of yajnas were given in that chapter. Okay, and yeah, in the fourth chapter, correct. So around 25, 26, 27, 28, that shloka. Now, so he's giving all these things. So pranayama also he says is a yajna. How is it a yajna? Yajna means something must be offered, otherwise there is no yajna. So what are you offering? Yeah, pranayama, clean. So that outside prana is being offered into this sharira, this deha. So that prana, that becomes an offering. Then after that, the offering is not over. Then the next reversal also is a yajna. So the prana that has gone inside, now apana comes out. And that I offer that to this jagat, to this world. I offer it. How beautiful that yajna is. Look at that. Huh? And so that every action of ours, every pursuit of ours is therefore looked upon as a yajna when we practice these yajnas. Okay.
Excuse me, Guruji. Can you please tell me what is Vivasa Vamsam again?
What is the question?
May I know what is Vivasa Vamsam?
What is what?
Did you mention something like Vivasa Vamsam?
Okay. So Dravya yajnas, tapo yajnaha, I said. And just now, so I was just chanting those shlokas from the fourth chapter. I will, if it comes to me, I'll let you know. I can't recall that word I'm not able to connect right now.
She wants to know Vivarta.
Oh, Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Okay, Vivartam. It's called Vivartam. Hemalata, it's called Vivartam. Every creation needs a material. Every object, creating any object needs a material. Like pot needs clay. Like sambar needs dal and some vegetables and water. Okay, material is needed. Without material, there is no creation. So that material is called upadanam. Upadana. Upadana is material. Upadana karanam. Upadana karanam. So not only a person, a knowledgeable person, conscious, knowledgeable person is needed for the creation. Even a nest is created by a conscious, knowledgeable bird. Okay, and to create the nest. And recently somebody showed me a video of this bird creating the nest, and outside Coimbatore it lives. Okay, and it knows from which side the rain comes, so that it is a nest that is hanging from the tree. Okay, you've seen these nests before, and hanging from the tree, but somehow the bird has to enter the nest, and which direction will it keep that entrance, the door, main door, where will it be? And it can't be the direction from which the rain is falling. It knows that, and it knows that, and then it says the door has to be on this side, on the shadow side of the rain. Okay, and so that bird knows all these things. It's when it comes to nest, it's a sarvajna. And then try building a nest yourself. okay, with one strand at a time, okay, and you can't get your cement and all that. No, so it does all that, and then it layers the nest and it keeps it cool. Then there are multiple floors, I think, inside. I think this multi-floor idea has been there for a long time, long before the architects started building it. And so Vivarta Upadana Karanam issue we were asking. And so Upadana Karanam is material. Any material used for anything that's created is Upadanam. But then the material gets transformed into the creation, into the object, and it loses its property beyond that. And once the dal is put in the sambar, then you can't say, I will extract the dal out, extra dal out, because guests have not come. So I'll extract the dal, then use the dal tomorrow. We can't say that. And like that, milk is the material for the yogurt, and milk has become yogurt. Once it becomes yogurt, you can't get it back. So that kind of Upadana Karanam is called Parinami Upada Karanam. Parinamam means what? Transform. An Upadana Karanam that transforms itself, that gets transformed. It's called Parinami. What about, is there an Upadana Karanam that does not get transformed? Yes. Yes. The question is, did you dream last night? Okay. See, the dream, think about the dream is, did I dream last night? That question itself sometimes is difficult to answer, because that memory of the dream also goes away. That I dreamt also goes away. We are not asking, what did you dream? Did you dream on solve the question that is asked? That itself we can't remember sometimes. That is how flaky this dream is. So did you dream ever? Yes, I dreamt. Okay. And if the world was there, did you create a dream world? Were there people in that world? Yes. Was there anything else? Were there buildings? Yes. Any moving objects like automobiles? Yes. Any animals also? Yes. Animals were there. Okay, good. That's enough for now. And so family, everything going on, all activity, drama, everything, yes, going on. And it was a nightmare also. And so that's enough. What happened after all that? Who was there in the dream? Who created the dream? No, I created the dream. All right. Where did you get the material for the dream? There's no material. I didn't go anywhere to get the dream, make the dream world. So it was all me. It was all me, right? I am the Srishti Karta, Swapna Srishti Karta, and then what? And then what is who is the Upadana Karanam for this? I am the Upadana Karanam for this, correct? My memories, my experiences, everything sitting here, that is Upadana Karanam for it. And in that process, did I get transformed? Did that Upadana Karanam get transformed? No. The dream world resolves back into me completely. The same me is back. The same me, the unaffected me, the same me that was there before the dream is there after the dream also. Therefore, I know of an Upadana Karanam that is not Parinami, but Vivartam. So, Hemalataji, that is the answer to your question. Vivartam means a material cause that does not get transformed.
Thank you.
And why do we have to talk about it? Because Brahma, which has become this world, has it changed when it became this world? No, it does not change. It has not changed. It continues to be what it is. Brahma is Brahma. Okay. So, so there we were in the 4th chapter, I think. So there, this Jnana Yajna, why I went to 4th chapter, Jnana Yajna was mentioned there. It was mentioned in the 33rd Shloka of 4th chapter. Finally, he concludes with all these yajnas, he says, Shreyan Dravyamayad Yajnat Jnana Yajna Parantapa. He says that, correct? And there he introduced the word Jnana Yajna. Even before he introduced the word, there Swadhyaya Yajnana Yajnascha, there he said. There Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna, there Parayanam, etc. was talked about. But here Jnana Yajna, Vastu Jnana Yajna, understanding realities as they are. And then what does he say? Shreyan. He says Shreyan Dravyamayat Yajnat Jnana Yajna. The Jnana Yajna, how does Jnana Yajna compare to all the other yajnas that I told you? Like that he says, and Jnana Yajna is Shreyan, he says that. Shreyan means most superior. Most superior. Most superior means what? In what way it is most superior? It is most superior because that is the last yajna I will ever do. Correct? Because that is Jnana Yajna. After Jnanam, then what he says? Sarvam karma khilam partha jnane parisamapyate. That is the last yajna. Then what happens in that last yajna? Jnanam is gained, knowledge is gained. After that, what? Then this division is not there anymore. This kama, krodha, lobha, moha will not be there. Why? Kama means there is a second one that I have to like, and I am the likable thing, over, finished. There is no second. Therefore, all that is gone. Sarvam karma akhilam partha. Hey partha, akhilam karma. All karma is destroyed. Gone. All karma is gone means what? Prarabdha, the sanchita karma is gone. And Prarabdha karma is continuing. Nobody can change this life. Even after knowledge can't change. That will continue. Agami karma, new karma cannot be created. That means what? My account is closed. There is nothing else I have to do. The to-do list is scratched off. No more to-do lists. Correct? Moksha, no more to-do lists. And therefore, that Jnana Yajna was talked about there. And so, we need to continue this discussion. Okay? And so, what did we just now cover? We covered this ekatvena, correct, in the shloka. Ekatvena means those who are some people, anye, they worship me. And how do they worship me? Through Jnana Yajna, as one without a second. Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma iti upasate, Jnana Yajnena upasate. That knowledge, that pursuit of study itself is worship. There is no need to do a special puja. Yeah, we are already doing the puja. That's what he's saying. Jnana Yajnena Mam Upasate. And so that was told here. And then we'll look at the other two. What are the other two that was given here? Prithaktvena, Ekatvena, Prithaktvena, and then Bahuda Vishwato Mukham. We need to look at those things. And how will we map these things to what we already know? So, Prithaktvena would be what? Ekarupa Ishvaraha. Ekatvena is Arupa Ishvaraha, correct? And then Prithaktvena would be Ekarupa Ishvaraha. Then Vishwato Mukham would be Vishwarupa Ishvaraha. All that we will see in the next class. So this shloka is telling us that how people visualize God, that idea, visualize Bhagavan, visualize me, that is being mentioned by Krishna here in the shloka. It's a cryptic shloka, and so we are spending some time on it. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasyashalini desho yam kshobarahitah brahmanas santu nirbhayaha Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayaha sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhaved asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityor ma amritangamaya. Om purnamadah purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.